Thank you for tuning in again. This is the Land of the Misfits, episode 27 of 1 million. As you can see, I have a few things on my board that I would like to go over. Um, as you know, I'm always going to be on promotion. It is Black History Month. I'll be doing just any month that's come up, not only Black History Month because it pertains to me, but I want to, I have a couple of other celebratory or a lot of couple other holidays that are celebrated in February, March, April, whenever we have like holidays that are celebrated. I'm just naming months off. I know there's not, a holiday in every one of those months, but in the next couple of months coming up, I would like to do videos and just, go over a little stuff that I'm learning myself and just stuff that I found out about the day. One that I did Black History last month. I did a little bit over it. I did Kwanzaa before. I've done National Day of Mourning. I still have yet to do my gallbladder awareness one, and this is Cancer Awareness Week. But I did, because it is Wednesday, February 14th. I just kind of wanted to go over, before I go over just my video about Valentine's Day, I'm going to just go over a few things that are on my board. This is Labelist, and my website is labelist.llc.store. There are new kids hoodies in. There's new adults hoodies in. The kids section, it wasn't fully completed, but it is in process. So if you want to go check out the kids line, it's labelist.llc.store. There are some new hoodies. I have the tall and curvy section, and I'm doing 2X to 5X. There are some new graphic tees. There's new hoodies. There's new sweatpants. I got to pick a lot of the characters that go in there, so I picked a lot of different stuff. I have some new YouTube's videos. I have two or three new YouTube videos that are posted. You can find me under Brian McGraw. My handle, I think, is HumanForm 2021. As I was telling you, I wanted to create a section just for these sizes. I want to make sure that everything in my store, that there's always something for people to find. I don't matter the size. I go down to 00 all the way up to 24, up to extra small. I want to try, well, I haven't had extra small, but I have an extra small 00 all the way up to 24. I mean, I'm going to try to do all the sizes, and this is just some of the stuff. Check out my YouTube. My name is Brian McGraw. You can find me on YouTube. I have 2 new videos that have been posted. This is the Black History. I did a Black History one already, and this is just one of the things. I found this quote, kind of a couple quotes that I put together, but the first one is be who you are. That's a big one for me, because a lot of times I feel like as the human civilization, we do struggle a lot of times with, being okay with who we are, accepting, things that people judge us for, being happy and just waking up and being able to smile at yourself in the mirror. Because I feel like that is the biggest bully in the world. Because, a lot of people, they see, things that you display to them or things that they can see with the physical eye, but they never know what goes down deep inside that you might, ding yourself for. So you're always going to be the biggest commentator on your own life. You're always going to be the biggest person that you're going to try to succeed, or you feel like you haven't gotten enough or gotten to the level where you want to be. So what, I've been working on myself, and I would love it, anybody this pertains to, but, next couple of years, it's been kind of selfish years, putting myself first, not saying that, prior situations that it was something else or something different. It's just this year, I'm not thinking anything other than solely putting myself first. I mean, that's very selfish, but sometimes for you to win, you are what you were looking for. You don't give yourself enough credit. You search deep within as someone else, or trying to find it, or trying to look for the support that you can give yourself. Always remember, you are your biggest supporter, and if you don't support yourself, then who will? But it's not even what I wanted to get on there for. I just want to read the rest of it. This one kind of falls big for me because I've been kind of, a couple years ago, I got into crystals and just watching over my energy and just different little stuff like that. So with this one, I wanted to really, and then at the bottom, I put, please reread that. You know what I mean? Because I think that's a big thing. So being supportive to yourself and being your own pick me up, being your own person and being your own, daily, like I gotta get out of bed, or daily I gotta, keep myself going. when you feel like you have nothing left. Put the energy intended for others. You know, they tell you wake up every day with a smile and all this, that, and other, but you have to get yourself ready for that day. I don't think that people understand it, and if the people that do understand what I'm saying, that you have to get yourself ready, not meaning you have to get dressed, you have to get, make sure you shower, get dressed, eat, and do your daily routine before you get out the door, but you have to make sure your energy is in balance. I mean, if you understand it, you understand it. There's no need to dwell or go further into that, but I'm going to read this one more time. Put the energy intended for others into yourself. As I was saying in the morning, you have to make sure if you're something that you do watch over, that your energy is positive before. I try to make sure my energy is always positive before I go out the door. You know, you greet the door you greet the world with a smile. Whether anybody gives you that same energy back, you make sure you keep your energy positive. You can't control anyone else's energy or the people that you're going to encounter throughout the day. So you always make sure you're a positive force to be reckoned with. And you work on that, and I mean, I feel like you'll be great. But here's what I wanted to go over. Valentine's Day. What I didn't know was why Valentine's Day was actually it goes by the name, there was a Valentine's Day started in 4 AD 496 by Pope Gelasius. I probably mutilated his name, but excuse me. But that was the Pope it was celebrated for. Then it was celebrated on the day of February 14th. That's where the day came from. His death was in 296, so it was almost 200 years before they actually made something or started celebrating the day. The Valentine's Day that I think that we know from what the Valentine's Day in history is totally different. The Valentine's Day now that we know, it's throughout later folk tradition. It became culture, religious, and a commercial celebrated romance of love. That is absolutely correct, but that's not absolutely not what the day was intended for. It says there are a number of metronome stories associated with various Valentine's connections to February 14th. It included an account of imprisonment of Saint Valentine's of Rome and a ministry to Christianity, persecution under the Roman Empire in the 3rd century. According to the early tradition, the Saint Valentine's restored sight to the blind and the daughter of a jailer. The 8th century Galatian Sacramentary recorded the celebration of the feast of Saint Valentine's on February 14th. This is what it was actually, supposed to be in commemorance for. It's not the celebrated holiday that we made it into the commercial and cultural holiday, because I mean, reading into this, it was more about the Roman and Roman Catholics. But I mean, I'm not going to go too far into it. I'm just going to read the information. I'm not saying you have to believe this. I'm not saying this or pushing anything on you. This is not a narrative to say, you know what, I'm pushing this on you. This is just information that I am reading myself, and I thought I might enlighten with the information that I have learned. So, as I say again, this is not pushing anything on anybody. If you want to believe it, you can. If you don't, hey, thanks for watching the video. The day became associated with romantic love in the 14th and 15th century, when notions of courtly love flourished, apparently by the association of lovebirds of the early spring. In the 18th century England, it grew into an occasion in which couples expressed their love for each other by presenting flowers, offering confectionery, and sending greeting cards known as Valentines. Valentine's Day symbols that are used today included the heart-shaped outline doves and figures of the winged Cupid. Since the 19th century, handwritten Valentines had given ways to mass-produce greeting cards. In Italy, St. Valentine's keys are given to lovers as a romantic symbol and an invitation to unlock the giver's heart, as well as to the children to ward off It says, called St. Valentine's, my lady. It says St. Valentine's Day is not a public holiday in any country. It is an official feast day and an angelic communion in the Lutheran Church. Many parts of the Eastern Orthodox Church also celebrated St. Valentine's Day on July 6th in honor of the Roman Presbyterian St. Valentine's, and on the 30th, on July 30th, honor the I'm just gonna skip that because I'm gonna screw up that name. But the Valentine's, the Bishop of Intermina, it says the modern Terry. Okay. Here was a little bit. There's a little information about what I didn't know about February. February is derived from a Latin word, februo. It says the ancient Rome celebrated the ancient Rome celebration of cleansing and fertility on the winter's last full moon. Saxons called the month Salmonth, which means cake day, because they offered cakes to the gods during February. Okay, and then I want to go over, I do have one Black History and one more passage that I would like to read before I end my video. It's called the Black History. It's just, I'm not going to read the whole passage. It's just the Black History. The Greenboro, in Black History, it was called the Greensboro's sit-in protest. The Greensboro sit-in protest was in February 1st of 1960. It's what it was for was, I mean, it was around the time of segregation. So it was I'll just say it was for all, so everyone could get equal rights and people weren't pushed out because of their pigmentation of their color. What it successfully led to a wider sit-in moment organized primarily by the Students Nonviolent Coordinated Committee, SNCC, that spread throughout the South. Greensboro sit-in, Greensboro sit-in was an act of nonviolent protest against a segregation lunch counter in Greensboro, North Carolina, that began on February 1st in 1960. Okay, just one more passage and I'll be finished with this. Sun moon. The full moon in February is also called the sun moon. The moon, after the snowy condition in the last month of winter in the northern hemisphere, some North American tribes traditionally called the February moon the hunger moon, since there was a little food in the winter months. I just really wanted to go over that stuff. As I told you in the beginning, I'm not pushing anything on you. This is just a little bit of the information that I learned, and I thought, why not? I love to do a Valentine's video. I don't, honestly celebrate Valentine's myself. But I did want to I told you I want to go over all the days, just informational stuff. Not only, that I'm putting it out here like I know it, but I'm learning this stuff, and I always wanted to throw a little bit of Black History in there. I make sure I always promotion on my page, labelist.store. My new YouTube videos are out. They are under Brian McGraw. I'm going to read this one more time before I get off here. Okay, it says, be who you are. At the end of the day, that's all you can be. Then the next one, as I told you, I started getting into energy more and just, how I radiate to the world. Put the energy intended for others into yourself. Into yourself. Reread that again. Into yourself. I'm not going to read the whole passage. I just want you to read that part right there. Into yourself. I'm not going to stay on here too long. Just wanted to get on here and kind of do that video, but I do appreciate it if you have subscribed or you have watched one of YouTube videos. I'm out.